right, everybody, welcome. We're going to go over today an exercise and a stretch for the whole entire body from head to toe, including the fingers and the feet. So let's go ahead and get started, okay? So with any kind of exercise, it's really important that you make sure that you listen to your body. Any kind of stretch that you do, you don't want to overstretch. You just want to go to the point of feeling tension, but not to the point where it's too painful. So just listen to your body while we're doing this, okay? So we'll start with the head. So first, and with each of these stretches, we're going to do 4 breaths on each stretch. If you feel like you want to pause the video and do a further stretch, you can absolutely do that. But for this example, we're just going to do 4 breaths on each spot, and we're going to do that for every stretch we do. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to take our head to our left. Okay, so we're going to do left lateral flexion. So start with the deep breath in. You could breathe in any way you want. I prefer to go in through the nose. 2, 3, and 4. Good. If you wanted to do that, you could have also taken your left hand, pulled it down a little bit further to increase the stretch. Now I'll do that on the other side. Go into the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now we're gonna go ahead and do lateral rotation. So we did left to right, now we're gonna do lateral. So I'm gonna go this way. Take your arm behind your back, your right arm behind your back, and take your left hand and pull your head to the left. So start deep breaths. 1, 2. You can do these seated or standing. 3, and 4. Good job. All right, now we're going to go to the other way. So we did left rotation, we're going to do right rotation. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now when you breathe in and out, want to make sure that you're expanding at the stomach and then going up to the chest. So through the stomach expands, then the chest expands, okay? So we did left to right, lateral flexion. Now we're going to go ahead and do extension. So let's go ahead and look up as you can go. Make sure you bring your shoulders down and back. To get a further extension, you can jut out your chin. And that's 4. I also like to do just slightly angled up to one side and then the other. So up to one side, jutting out the chin. 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to go the other way, up to the right. 1, 2. You could use your hand, extend further if you want. 3, and 4. Good. So we did all the neck. I also like to do flexion. We're going to go flexion. I'm going to go forward. So you're going to take your right hand or left hand, doesn't matter. Bring your head forward. Breathe 4 times. You'll feel that stretch down the back of your neck. 3, and 4. Good job. All right. Now, so we did the head. We're going to work into the shoulders now. So we did the neck, now we're going to go ahead and move into the shoulders, okay? So I like to start by just taking your left hand, bring it across your body, and 4 deep breaths here. You should feel that right in the arm there. 2, every stretch, you can pull a little further. 3, and 4. Good. Let's go to the other side. Arm across. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Now I like to go ahead and we're going to do an inward rotation with the arm. So get that stretch right here. Good. 2. Each time, go a little further. 3 and 4. Good. We're going to go to the other side. Inward stretch, inward rotation. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. I like to open up the chest while I'm here, so I'm going to take my hand behind me, find a wall. You can find a wall if you need to. Take your hand, bring it forward here. So go here, stretch into that chest there. You could find different points on the wall, so we're just going to do just a general stretch here today. 2, 3, 4. If you wanted to go higher, you could do that as well. We'll just do that for example here. 3. Really good. You could pull the chest forward. That's good. 4. Now we're going to go to the other side. And bring it forward. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay, now we're gonna go all the way down. We're gonna start working on the arms. So we did the chest, the shoulders, now we're gonna start into the arms here, okay? So we're gonna take the wrist, the full wrist, and you could do it either this way, one side at a time, flexion, or I like to put my hands in front of me and palms facing the ground and hands, fingers pointing towards your body. Now you just kind of lean back and you'll feel a stretch right in the front here. So let's get started. 1. This is for your wrist flexors. 2. 3. 4. Good. Now we're going to do each individual finger. So let's keep with the flexors. So we're going to take the pinkies, bring them back, and then draw each finger like you're trying to close your hand here. And you can make this a meditation if you want. Turn my sound off, or once you get the hang of this, you could just do it by yourself. Just breathing and focusing. It's a yoga. You could work on your mental strength too. Good. We'll go to the middle fingers there. Bring all your fingers in towards each other. This is really good for anybody that is working at a desk all day long, works with their hands, construction workers, things like that. And 4. And go down to the other finger here, the pointer finger. Good. Now we'll do the thumb. Bring it. Just take one hand at a time. Bring the thumb back. Point it towards your forearm. Curl the other fingers forward. You should feel that stretch right there. Good. One more. Good. I'll go the other side. If you hear pops or clicks, that's fine. Just gas being released from the joints. 3 and 4. Good. Now we're going to do the backs of the hands, the wrist extensor muscles. We're going to do both at the same time. Again, bring your hands towards the ground, palms facing up. Lean back if you can, as much as you can, to get a nice stretch in the wrist extensors. Good. Good. 2. This breathing's really good for you. Decreasing stress, gets your energy flowing. Good. All right. So we did the shoulders, arms, chest. Now we're going to get into the abdomen here. We're going to work on the abdomen and the lower back. So we're going to start with an extension pose. So let's get into position here. How are we doing? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to extend all the way up, lifting your head towards the sky and breathing. Good. Good job there. We're going to do child's pose now also for the lower back. We're going to get into a deep position here. Goal is to get your hands as far out in front of you as you can while sitting your butt towards your heels. So go ahead and then drop down. This should be an active stretch, not just a rest. Good. Now we're going to do a rotation for the spine in this position. So before I do that, I'm going to do what's called cat-calf. This is a full flexion and extension of the mid-back and torso. So we'll start by lifting up. So the goal here is to draw your mid-back towards the sky, tucking your tailbone towards the floor while breathing out. And then breathing in, bring your head up towards the sky, kicking your butt towards the sky at the same time while arching your back. So breathing in there. So let's do this together. And then out. Good. Now we're going to do a rotation of the upper back, or mid back here. So take one arm, draw it through. And you might hear some pops and clicks, that's fine. Just hold that for 4 breaths. If you have any trouble with getting on your knees, you could put some padding underneath it. And I'm going to show some other ways to stretch this in a second. Good. Now we're going to go the other way. Actively stretching. If you want, you could even take your other arm and bring it behind your back for a further stretch. Good. Good job. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the glutes and the hip flexors. So let's start with a good stretch for the hip flexors. You're going to bring, it's called pigeon. You're going to bring your right leg between your hands there. Sit your butt down towards the floor. Get it as close to the ground as you can get it. If you can get it all the way, that's great. And you just breathe there. If you want to relax on top of your hands, you could do that too. Doesn't matter. The idea is you're getting a stretch on your lower back and into your piriformis muscle. Just breathe into that, actively stretching. Good. Now we're going to do the other side. Left leg comes in front of you as far as you can get it. Scoot your right leg back towards the floor, and it's not uncommon for one side to be a little tighter than the other. My left side's a little tighter than the right. So bringing it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And if you want to like wiggle around in that area to find a stretch and get a further stretch, you can do that. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do an Iliopsoas stretch. The idea is here you're going to bring your left leg out in front of you, bring your right leg back, make sure your hips are square, and you should for this one you should be feeling a stretch right in your right side here. If you'd want to, you could bring your arms up overhead. Good. 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 Now let's switch sides. Bring your left leg behind you, right leg out as far as you can get it, left leg back as far as you can get that. Push up with your hands. Just sit, get up nice and straight there. You should feel that in this left iliopsoas muscle. Good. If you're a little wobbly, that's okay. This is working on your balance muscles as well, stabilizer muscles. Good. All right, got those. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into some hip, and sorry, not hip, but the hamstring stretches. So we're gonna do a bilateral leg and hamstring stretch. So take your legs out in front of you, sit up as tall as you can get yourself, and then reach for your toes. Wherever you end up, if you land over here, that's fine. Here's fine. Here, if you go past, that's fine. You can get a block and put it behind you, or in front of your feet, if you could stretch much better. So start by getting that nice stretch, and I like to kind of collapse forward. I get to feel a little bit better stretch when I do that. You also feel in your lower back. Good. Nice deep stretch for that one. Now we're going to go ahead and do some groin openers. So start by getting your legs out as far wide as you can get them. And then your goal for this one is to lean back onto your heels. You should feel that nice stretch in that area here. Nice groin opener here. Call this the frog. For obvious reasons. You see what it looks like? Good. When you come out of this one, it's good to go forward out of it, not back, obviously. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stretch a little bit more of the outside lateral aspect, your IT bands. So to do that, we're going to start with stretching out the right side. So take your left leg, cross it in front of the right, and then you're going to lean out and draw your hips out laterally and kind of into a downward fashion. Lean away from it as far as you can get it, and then take your arm overhead if you can do it. If not, if you want to hold on to something to do this, you can do that. And then we're just going to take some deep breaths here. Good. One more. Good. Now we're going to go the other way. bringing that left leg, oh, I just did that. Okay, now we're gonna go to the right side over the left. Drawing away from it, down and back. Feel a nice stretch. Leaning over to the side. Good. Very good. That was perfect. I like to do a quad stretch now. So you could find a wall or just standing and working on your balance. Take your right leg, tuck it behind your back there towards your butt. Pull up with your right hand. Stand up nice and tall here. This is a balance one again. If you want to use something to support yourself, you can. If not, if you could just work on the balance, you could do that. If you fall over, just be careful, okay? Good. 2, 3, 4. Good. I'm going to show it from the side. I'm going to do the left side here. There we go. Good. If you want to kind of play around with this, just feel an area where you feel more of a tightness, you could do that. Good. Good. All right. We'll do one more forward bend here. Arms about legs about hip width apart. Bring in your hands towards the floor. This is another good stretch for the hamstrings and the quads. Good, just a forward fold. Good, all right. We did that. Now we're gonna do some core, some postural exercises called TYs-Ms. So let's go ahead. So now you've stretched out pretty much every muscle you have in your body. Now we're going to do just some core stabilization and some general postural exercises to finish off. Okay. So I like to start with what's called TYs-Ms. We're going to take your thumbs, bring it towards the back wall, shoulders down and back, and chin tucked. So I'll show it from the side so you can see that as well. So standing here in your best posture. We'll do that for about 10 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds. Good, that's the T. Now we're gonna go Y. Y goes up like this. So take your hands and form a Y overhead. Make sure you're in a good posture, chin tucked. Good. Turn to the side so you can see that one, what that looks like. Drawing actively down and back. These are good exercises also to do, like if you're a desk worker, if you want to get some postural exercises towards the back while you're taking a break from working at your desk. Good. And the last one is an M. We're gonna go down, arms down to the back. Good, chin tucked. Show that from the side so you can see it. Good. Perfect. Last thing we're going to do, or last two things we're going to do, we're going to do arm circles. So arms out in front of you. So arms to your side, sorry. Thumbs pointing forward and doing small circles or large circles, whatever you want to do. The idea is you're getting the arms to start to create a nice little heat in there. Good, about 30 times for this one. Then we're going to take the arms, bring it backwards, and then do that same exercise there. Go by going the opposite direction. 6, 7. Good. And the last one we're gonna do is just to open up the shoulder girdle here. So hands like this in a semi-closed palm here. Head, hands on your temples, and then you're gonna draw your elbows together. 3, and then I'll show you from the side so you can see that. 8, 9, 10. And 20. Perfect. And that was it. Thank you guys so much for joining me.